I'm Shaun Reynolds.
And I'm Rachael Reynolds.
And welcome to What Was I Made For?
The podcast about doing what you love and prioritising your happiness.
While we aim to inspire, motivate and entertain you, please note that we're not licensed therapists or certified experts.
So if you're considering major life decisions like starting a travelling circus or quitting your job to become a professional beekeeper, maybe get a second opinion.
Enjoy the show.
See, I just do what I want, do what I love. I don't wanna stop, don't wanna grow up. Just me being me, don't follow the crowd. Don't be a sheep, look at me now. But now it's time to make more, create more. Looking at the points, cause it's time to take score. Feeling like I'm grown now that I can face more. Got one question, what was I made for?
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. It's Christmas nearly.
Is that actually... Are we on?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Settle in, Rachel. It's very late and you've just got back from dance.
I'm ready for bed.
You're ready for bed.
I was like, I'll do it this late, but only if I can go straight to bed.
Yep.
So
Careful.
Here I am, looking like a sheep from the nativity.
You're a little lamb.
Yeah, got my matchmakers, I've got a cup of tea.
Are there sheep in the nativity?
Are there?
I'm not
Are there
sure.
not sheep in the nativity?
I don't think there are.
I think you can have anything in a nativity these days.
Yeah. Lobster.
Yeah,
Is that Love Actually?
Love Actually, I love that film. Favourite Christmas movie? 3, 2, 1.
Home
The
Alone.
Holiday. Oh.
Home Alone 2, actually, which is a bit of a hot take. Everyone always says that the sequel isn't as good, but I think Home Alone 2 is better than the first one.
Is that the one where in Paris?
No, he's supposed to go to Paris, ends up in New York.
That's number 2. Quite like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, okay, what are we doing? Inspire
We're
Diary.
doing the podcast. Yeah, Inspire Diary. Go on
We
then.
said we'd never eat on this pod. So annoying.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, I'll do
Let
mine
me
while you're
finish my
eating your matchmaker.
matchmaker.
My Inspire Diary this week is we went to your brother's wedding at the weekend. It was a wonderful affair. And they did a really nice surprise, didn't they? Actually, the groom, I nearly said the husband did.
The husband did.
The husband did a wicked joke.
My brother told.
Oh, God.
My brother told very few people that this was happening.
Yeah.
I think it was only me, my dad, maybe my mum. That might have been it.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I did tell you. Sorry, Ollie.
I knew. So this magician blew my frickin' mind. He works with Darren Brown.
He has worked with Darren Brown, yeah.
It's going to be a short Inspire Diary because that's all I've done.
What's his name? Shout out. Harry de Cruz is his name. And he does resemble Tom Fletcher from McFly, I thought.
I'm just going to explain the trick he did.
Go on then.
So, answers on a postcard, how he did this. He stood at the top table and he had a grid with 6 boxes. And he said to Ollie and SJ, the bride and groom, he got them to randomly pick people, pick guests.
Yes.
They did not know this was happening,
No.
okay? They picked 6 random guests who Harry basically said, give me a number between this and this. Okay, next guest, give me a number between this and this. Random numbers, 6 random numbers. What he got us to do is, as guests, is open our calculators on our phone. And as the numbers came in, he was like, okay, type in that number plus next number. Put that in. Then we've put the 6 numbers in. He gets his calculator and he says to the bride, SJ, like, just tap your fingers on this and to get a random number. So she does that. He reads out the random number to us. We put that in our calculator. He says, press equals, okay? And I'm like, you kind of heard the crowd, like little murmurs of, oh my God, no, wait, is it? And I was like, wait, what's the significance of this number? 1, 4, 14, 1, 2, 12. And we then realised it's the date. It was the 14th of December. Pretty impressive. But then the last 4 numbers, I'm telling you like you weren't there.
I know.
was 1924. And you kind of heard everyone like, he was close to getting the year,
Yeah, he got the
2024,
year wrong.
1924, like he's out. And then he went, no, that's not the year. It is the 14th of December.
Are you okay?
I'm really tired. But it's not 1924. Look at the time on your phones right now.
It was 1924. No, so it is 1924.
Yeah.
You've made that really confusing.
No, I haven't.
You just said it wasn't 1924, but it was 1924.
It wasn't 1924 the year. It was 1924 the time.
There you go.
And on the
bit
top,
of specification
the
there.
top of our phone said 1924. To the minute, he got a standing ovation.
Yeah, bit too early though, because then he revealed. Because everyone was like, well, yeah, there was obviously something he could have done with the equation. Like, I bet the bit where SJ wobbled her hands all over the calculator was like a pre-done thing on his phone. But he made it so that kind of didn't work either. Because then he got out a lottery ticket with the numbers on that these random people had just randomly plucked off the top of their heads. He had the exact numbers on a lottery ticket in his pocket.
Blew my freaking mind. The other one he did in the crowd just quickly was he said he got a ring off people and he was like, if I lose or damage your ring, I'll give you my car. And then he does whatever the trick is and pretends to lose the ring. And then he'll be like, do the whole like performance bit. Oh, I'm really sorry, blah, blah, blah. He gets his keys out. He's like, you can take my car then. And on his keys is the ring. In the thing, like wound in the thing. Oh,
Rach, you're cracking me up today. It's like you can't speak properly.
I'm just really tired.
I know you are.
That's my inspired diary. Boom.
Inspired by the magic.
I love magic. I love
Yeah?
What?
Was that everything that happened at the wedding?
Oh yeah, and you did a really good speech. I was really proud of you. You overcame your fear and you tried to convince me to make you my inspired diary. But sorry, the magician was better.
Rach, you know how terrified I was of that speech. So this is what who was I speaking to the other day about this? Oh, it was Che. And he said, why were you so nervous though? You've been on stage before. And we both agreed, because he said if he was ever best man for his brothers, any of his brothers, he would be so terrified. And Che, as you know, is such a showman. Like, he can get on stage and do whatever. And there is a difference between showing off about something that you like doing and performing for the entertainment of someone who has chosen you for this role to, like, deliver something that all their guests are going to enjoy. And it's all about them. It's your thoughts on that person. It's very personal, which I think makes everything so much more stressful.
Yeah. It's
Right.
very easy for me to sit there and be like, don't be nervous, but I can't even imagine like how nerve-wracking that actually was. But you did smash it, and your favourite part of the night was when I went to the toilet and I was in the cubicle and two girls were outside the cubicle going, how good was the best man speech? It's like the best man speech I've ever heard, and blah, blah. And I came out and I was like, oh, you like that,
No,
did you?
I'm very proud
And
of
I
it
came
in
and
the
told you.
end. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, it was great.
Since then, everyone was like, oh, I can't wait to watch it back. And I was like, I don't want to watch it back. Now it's been a
No,
few
you want
days.
to.
I'm like, maybe I can stomach it.
Yeah.
And watch it back.
No, you should be proud.
But anyway, moving on. My inspiry diary is right beside me. It's this. So, if you know me as having my own career, which a lot of you don't, because I am just Rachel's little music monkey that she gets to make all of her stuff for the shows. I do stuff on my own too. So this is a milestone that I've wanted to hit for some time now, as the streams and stuff keep creeping up. But I reached 100 million streams across all of my credits. And this is from muso.ai. and very proud of that. Specifically, I mean, it's just quite
What
nice.
is Encore 24?
So it's they do it every year. It's like their Spotify Wrapped. So Encore 24 is like a thing that basically rewards you for your milestones.
What's that say, under 100 mil?
That's more than 97% of the industry. But that's kind of because there are so many people that go into the music industry and just don't really do anything. So I think in the sea of people that are on
Don't
Spotify,
play it down.
I'm not playing it down. No, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I'm very, very, very proud of it.
Where's that going to go?
I don't know. There actually isn't a good spot for it. Might have to shuffle some stuff around.
Yeah. That's got to take pride of place, that.
Yeah.
That's so good, Shaun.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And I got to choose the colour too, and I thought it
did
matched
you?
the
Aesthetic.
in the studio.
I really love it. Well done, you.
Thanks. 100 million. Here's to the next 100 million, I say.
Absolutely. Oh, I had one more thing.
Okay. That little guy. Or girl.
Anyone who's been following our journey with the Reggie Foundation, Sophie, who made Reggie, gave me a little what was I made for Bumblebee. It's been crocheted. It's so cute. That's all. Thank you, Sophie.
What's the scoop? Let's get into this last ever question from this
Okay.
season. So
Ready.
this question is, how do you get good work experience in your dream job? And that is from, funnily enough, Sophie Allen.
No way. Mm-hmm. How fun is that? Well, Sophie.
Go on then. How did you get work experience did you get any work experience as a dancer or as a performer? Or did you just do education?
I did. I'd forgotten all about this. At university, I would say this is probably the most valuable work experience that I didn't even know was going to end up being a career, actually. So my dance tutor at university, Damien Delaney, legend, he was always so supportive of me as a dancer. So he always used to offer me like choreography roles, like beneath him, obviously, but like assistant choreographer or dance captain, stuff like that, which was all obviously work experience that I didn't really know about.
For uni projects?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And then from him, there were at Festival Theatre in Chichester, which is very prestigious theatre. There's always a Christmas pantomime, quite big ones.
Yeah.
And they were doing Alice in Wonderland, and Damien knew the choreographer and put me forward as work experience. I'm sure it wasn't paid. I'm sure it wasn't. I think it was for work experience.
Did I even know you then?
We'd broken up.
You could have just said yes.
We were on a break.
Moving swiftly on.
Story for another day. And yeah, so I'm almost certain it wasn't paid. And I was I want to say the assistant choreographer. And I basically turned up every day to all the rehearsals. I learned all the choreo like a dance captain. And I remember there was just one part of one of the routines where the choreographer said to me, I'm going to leave this to you to workshop. And I took all of these kids into another room and was like workshopping this little routine with them. And that was all for free. But I've always committed myself to anything, regardless of whether it was paid or not.
To an opportunity.
Yeah. And I do think that maybe I'm doing a disservice to some people here, but it seems like there's a lot less of that now. Like I'm getting the impression that people won't do anything for free. And I'm not saying, obviously, without not being a mug, but I remember when I was young, like late teens, early 20s, I would take anything for free if
Well,
it
why
meant...
wouldn't you if you have no responsibilities?
Well, it meant networking with people. It meant making a good impression on people who could potentially offer me a paid job one day. It meant building my experience so I was then more employable when a paid opportunity did come along. But I think, I don't know, I just think that maybe that is still around. It's because I'm at a different part of my career. But my advice would be don't turn your nose up at free work experience, because you have to look at the bigger picture and think like what are the connections you're going to make. And if I hadn't have done that and made a good impression to this person who knew my dance teacher, Damien then got me further work, which was paid. And the first job he got me that was paid was running an after-school club in Hove, near Brighton. And he said, I have this friend, she runs an entertainment company where they basically take on freelancers and they divvy out all these jobs they have. And one of the jobs they had was a primary school after-school street dance club. And I ran under their name. I ran it for them. And after a few years, maybe 3 or 4 years of doing that company then folded because the owner decided to move away. I think she was in Cirque du Soleil or something. And they were like, Do you
want it?
Yeah, they said, you've built up this after school club. If you want it, you can just carry it on under your own name. And that happened to be at the same time that Sam Lane gave me Jump Theatre School, literally months apart. So everything then became Rachel Reynolds School of Dance. And that club is still going so strong today. We teach from year 1 all the way up to year 6, 3 times a week. And every class is fully booked with a waiting list. That all came
from working for free.
Doing free work experience and making a good impression on my dance tutor that then had other connections.
Yep. I actually do agree with you that it maybe it's just maybe we don't speak to that sort of prime age group that we were at when we did that stuff.
Yeah.
Because equally, when I came fresh out of university with a degree in music, I was like, well, what am I going to do? I think we've spoken about this previously. So when I started uploading to YouTube, I wasn't getting paid anything for that. I wasn't getting paid a penny.
Yep.
It was how many years do you think it was before I actually started making money? Maybe 1 or 2 years.
Like any sort of like money
Decent
that's even
money, yeah.
worth, yeah.
So 1 or 2 years of just doing that for free. I mean, I had a bar job at the same time just to pay my way, but I was doing everything for free. And I even got an opportunity to go to Colorado, which is where I met Perez, but I paid for that. It wasn't like anyone was offering it to me on a plate. They said, there's this opportunity in Colorado. You can work with all of us and make music for like a whole week. But obviously you have to pay for your tickets. I got free accommodation while I was there, but I have to pay for my flights, which was like £900, which I'd pay for off my own back. And I made no money while I was there either. So I went there because it was an amazing networking opportunity, and I've made friends for life by being there. And I think if you do everything for the money, you miss out on so many opportunities. And yeah, you might make a quick buck now, but what are you sort of waving goodbye to for your future by not taking the free opportunities and doing the sort of networking gigs?
Yeah, absolutely. I know Sophie's question was more, how do you get work experience in your chosen field or what you're passionate about? I can't remember what it was worded, but I would also say that when work experience that time comes around, you're in like what, year 10?
Yeah, 9, 10. No, 10. Yeah.
A lot of kids don't know what even
work experience, but I don't. Yeah, sorry. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say, is that I think everyone links work experience to year 10 when you're asked to go and work for free for a week or whatever. You can have work experience at any time. And companies would be crazy to turn down free labour as well. Like if somebody is saying, I'm super, super interested. Say someone was interested in the music production industry. Maybe if they were going down like the studio, like big studios in London route. I know it's so cliche, but go and see if they need a tea person or someone to, I don't know, or even be really ballsy and just be like, look, I'm so interested in this. Can I literally sit in on a session for free? I just want to sit in. I want to make notes. I want to see what it's like. What's to say, like, use this place, for example. Say that you had someone sat here in a session just going, I really want to observe, right?
Well, not a bit funny, but Joe has asked to do that with me. It's just whenever he comes round, we end up making music together.
Right. But what's to say that, say you had somebody sat here who's interested in music production and just wanted to shadow you, and you're in here with Matt or whatever. What's to say that you're not going to be like, do you know what? Actually, you could be a real help right now. I just need like this sound laid down, like, or whatever. And then also, if you're, sorry, I don't feel like I'm being very concise in this episode at all, but people want to employ and work with decent people, right? And if you're on work experience and you're a nice or decent person, the employer.
I don't know where this train is going. It's left the station, but it's like there's no stops.
Do you know what? I'm just going to try and not sound clever. What I'm saying is, if you're nice, that will come across.
What is the relevance of that?
Because I've got it. Right, I'm an employer, okay? And someone's asked to do work experience.
Yeah.
They're at the dance school. They've asked to do work experience, and they are just so helpful, kind.
I don't think the kind thing is selling me here. Helpful and like attentive and being showing up and being present.
They're on time. They can't do enough for you. Oh, I'll sweep the floor for you.
Is this like a...
Do you need your bottle filled up? I'll do it. No, you can go home now. It's okay. I'm going to stay and help you lock up. Like, I'm really interested in how you lock up the building.
Are you listening, Lucy, Molly and Mel? Seems like this is like
right, hang on,
something that's been bugging Rach for a while.
No,
someone
it's
sweep
not.
the bloody floors. Someone sweep the floors.
What I'm saying is, that work experience person who's working for free, who's going above and beyond to be helpful, attentive,
will probably get more opportunities.
All of a sudden, an opportunity comes up at the dance school. Who am I thinking of?
Yeah.
The person who swept the floors, stayed extra hours, was extra helpful.
Yeah.
So much can come from it.
Yeah. Still don't think we've answered Sophie's question. But what I will say is, do you think we have? You've just said being nice.
How do you find it in your chosen?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're gonna do another one.
Did I say that did I already say?
I'll be totally honest with you, Rach. You went on about 3 different tangents during that.
Did I already say you can do work experience at any point in your life?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
That.
She said how. So I will tell you how.
Okay, thanks.
When you found what you want to do, what your chosen field is, find the work experience for yourself. If you know somebody that is doing the thing you want to do, ask the questions. You got to just ask the questions. Is there any... We've said this before, haven't we? You just got to ask people. You got to be like, is there any way you can help me out? Do you know anybody that is looking for anybody?
Yeah.
Like, can you offer me anything yourself? And also, if you want to be a performer, specifically, actually, if you want to be a performer or in the music industry, whatever, post stuff online.
Yeah.
I know it's so boring on this podcast now. I feel like we've said it too many times. But if you are a younger person that has no experience in this whatsoever, but you have a talent or you have a skill at something, start sharing it online. Start sharing it online. Consistently. It could take you 6 months, could take you a year to get any traction. Consistently posting on social media for that length of time, you will get a following.
And everyone who has a passion loves talking about it and themselves. So if you could, just ask everyone, ask your entire family at Christmas, if you want some work experience next year in a particular field, ask everyone over Christmas, do you have any connections in blah, blah, blah industry? The likelihood is they might not have a direct one, but someone will go, I know someone who knows someone who knows someone who does.
Or they'll be like, no, but I have a camera you can use.
Anything, yeah. Yeah.
They're like, oh no, but I've got this equipment that you could use to post some stuff online if you need it.
So while you don't need money to support responsibilities that you get when you're an adult, work as much as you can for free in everything that you enjoy doing, because you never ever know what that may lead to.
I think working for free is just a good life lesson anyway.
So do I.
As long as you don't like completely rip yourself off, but working for free is so good for the soul, I think.
And it teaches you what you genuinely are passionate about, because you'll suddenly realise you're not just there for the paycheck, you're there because you're having a really good time.
You can work just for fulfillment. We've learned that over the years.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, when money goes up and down in the arts, especially through the last 4 years, but when you work for fulfillment, 9 times out of 10, the money ends up finding you anyway. Wouldn't you agree with that, my darling wife?
Yeah, next section.
Okay, next one is right back at ya.
Oh, lovely.
Let's get to the messages. Sandra.
Sanj! Thank you for our gift, Sandra and Will.
What was our gift?
Prosecco and chocolates.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
You don't get many gifts, so that was nice.
I don't, no, very, very kind. Hi, guys. My inspiry diary this week has been learning the song in Dear Evan Hansen, You Will Be Found, with Rachel, which Rachel's been teaching for a few weeks. I decided to watch the cast's performance on YouTube. I blubbed like a little girl when I realised what the song was all about. It's such an emotional song with so much meaning. It's truly wonderful. I watched the film that night on the BBC and blubbed my way through that also. Then watched it another 5 times last week. So thank you for bringing Dear Evan Hansen into my life. I think it's helped me sing the song a new passion and emotion that I never would have before. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and here's to all the inspiration that will come out of 2025. Love, Sandra.
Oh, I love that.
Lovely.
They are singing it. Well, we're finished with it now, but you've heard them do it live. You helped me, didn't you, actually?
I did.
When I lost my voice. Did we already talk about that?
What?
When I lost my voice, so...
Oh, yeah, we don't need to talk about that. I had to cover for Rach. Why?
Just one little one. Go on.
I need to
So
play
when I lost my voice...
play the really high one. That's
when
the
I
funniest.
lost my voice, and the way that I teach big like vocal numbers with lots of harmonies and stuff is I have to record all the me doing all the parts in my phone.
Even though there is harmony breakdowns on YouTube using the piano
That's cheating.
melody.
So hang on, I might... But I couldn't reach half of the notes because I lost my voice. So one Sunday I was like, Shaun, can you just record these? I'm going to like try and tell you what they are, and then you record them. And then is it okay if I play them to everyone so they can learn it? They had the best time. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, pretty. Very pretty.
So good. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, carrying on very, very quickly. My sister. She said, Studio Campbell, by the way, is her business. Studio Campbell Design. If anyone's looking for a graphic designer, my sister's very good. So check her out on Instagram. She has said, what's inspired her in the past few weeks? Painting at a bridal shower. I want to do more personal projects in 2025.
I was there.
You were there?
She is such a good painter.
She's just a good artist.
Same bridal shower for the wedding we were just talking about, and the bridesmaid of honour is she's a very talented painter herself. Mm-hmm. So part of the bridal shower was to all choose a photo of the bride and groom, or the bride or just the groom, and then we had little canvases and we had to recreate them. And me and Kaylee both really enjoyed that, actually. Kaylee's looked like the photograph. It was amazing.
You did art at college, didn't you?
A-level, yeah.
Yeah, A-level.
And GCSE. Did I tell you about my GCSE final exam?
No, is it a long story? Because we've got a lot of these to get through.
No, it's not that long.
Okay, you've got 5 seconds.
Okay, long canvas. I did 4 images of my face. I can't remember why, but they were all different colours.
You're out of time.
No, please. And I'd spent, art exams are like hours and hours and hours long. So imagine it's propped up on my table.
Yep.
And in front of it was a big palette of paint.
Yeah.
Fell into the palette of paint.
Oh, no.
Was that me or was that someone else?
Oh, my God. Rach, we're moving on. Jesus Christ, almost swore.
I think it was me.
No, enough now. We're moving on.
Happened to
You're an
someone.
absolute nightmare tonight. What is this? What is this?
I'm just really tired.
Okay, Will has said, my inspiry diary is your love and support. The school makes me feel welcome.
Oh my God, don't. I'm actually going to cry. I'm so tired. Oh, Will makes all of us smile so much. Like, he is just a ray of sunshine. When he walks in, you just can't help but smile.
He's a good lad.
Thank you, Will.
Sam Lane. She's recently listened to the Oprah and Mel Robbins podcast. There's an interesting segment about social media. And she also watched Swiped, the first episode, Every Parent Must Watch.
We need to watch the second episode and talk about it next week.
Yeah, Matt Willis and Emma Willis. Go watch it. It feeds into what me and Rach have said a lot on this podcast about kids on social media. So if you're interested, any parents out there, or even if you're younger actually and you want to get a insight into what they're doing with these experiments, then check it out as well.
It's really good. We'll talk about it next week.
Channel 4.
I need to listen to that pod that Sam said about.
Yeah. Tommy Reynolds.
Oh my God.
He said,
where are all these?
We heard from Tommy about this, I believe. I don't know if he said it on the pod, but he said it to us, that he started working for a charity to help bereaved parents with photography.
He actually didn't mention it on his episode. He spoke to us about it when we stopped recording.
Yeah.
But
I remember talking about it. It's a very intense conversation because it's a very intense topic.
it is.
But it's a very special thing that he's giving up his time for.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. I'm not sure how much we want to talk about it.
We won't go into detail, but
we know what he does, and I can imagine it's
a really lovely thing. Yeah.
Rewarding,
it's a really
and it's a charity, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for a charity. Well done, Tommy.
Well done, Tommy.
And then there's one that also might make you well up a little bit. From Lauren Taylor. Inspiry diary has to be my daughter Lois. To watch her go from a little idea during her chat with Shaun on the podcast at the summer show to seeing her designs being brought to life and selling so quickly. She loved the process from start to finish and relished the opportunity to create something meaningful to her. She makes me proud every day. She inspires me with her perseverance and determination. Love her.
That's so nice. Oh, I'm really hoping that this is a really nice moment for you both right now, sat on the sofa.
And Lois isn't like, Mom! What?
I can't believe you said that!
Don't tell everyone you love me.
No, I can imagine. I can only imagine what that must feel like.
Yeah.
And everyone's wearing them. Lauren's not taken hers off yet at dance. Like, she's just obviously.
Just whips it off during class. That's a lovely thing to say.
Any more?
Not directly related to this thing, but I've just seen a comment from Jodie from last week which said, was so impressed by the best frog impression I've ever heard. Then found out it was actually just a Rach burp.
Oh my God. So I'm really bad at listening to these back, which I should do to double check them. But I listened to that episode the other day and it does sound like a frog. It's crazy.
Impressive.
Thank you everyone for actually responding.
Rach seems junk. For once. Wow, that's a bit of a backhanded.
Junk?
Junk? Did I say junk?
Just said junk.
Maybe I'm junk.
No, I didn't mean for once. Sorry. I didn't mean that.
What
I just
an
meant
absolute shit show.
I just meant that thank God they did, because we're running out of content. Take this with you.
Take this with you. Have you got one?
Nope.
Oh,
Have you?
no.
Okay. I'll make one up.
Yeah, make it inspiring though.
Okay.
Is it going to be a story?
Let's see.
Let's do it based on that little bumblebee.
Okay. Now, sometimes in life we can get very fixated on where we're going and when we're going to find out what we were made for. And the truth is, sometimes you just can't predict the future.
Sometimes, only sometimes.
But the truth is, as long as you are living your life the way that you want to and spreading positivity and joy wherever you may go, just like
The humble.
no. Just like the balls of wool that Sophie had in her cupboard or drawer.
Or bought from the shop.
Wherever. They didn't know what they were made for.
Some would say they don't think.
Or where they were going in their life. But they just sat there in the drawer, humbly not bothering any of the other balls of wool. But supporting them in all their crocheting endeavours.
How? How are they supporting the other ones?
Like every time that drawer opened and Sophie's hand went in and they were all there like, let it be my turn.
To be torn to shreds.
But
And mangled into the shape of a bee.
what? No, Shaun.
Sorry.
What I'm trying to say is none of us know when we are going to fulfill our potential.
Fulfill our destiny.
Yeah. And all that white and that purple and that black ball of wool had no idea.
Don't forget the eyes.
And the eyes had no idea that one day it would be the Take This With You on What Was I Made For the podcast.
No,
So-
it didn't know it was going to be a crocheted bee sat on the shelf.
So what I'm trying to say, guys, is this humble little bumblebee had no idea that it was even going to fulfill its destiny today to be the subject of our What Was I Made For. So you just hang on in there, because one day you
You too.
shall.
Bee.
I really want to go to bed.
Well, that leads us to the end of another episode, another hilariously inspirational episode of What Was I Made For. We will see you again next week. But in the meantime, please like, follow and subscribe and rate us and review us on all the social media platforms and podcast platforms.
At What Was I Made For Pod.
And also drop us a little email if you want to before Christmas. Just wish us a Merry Christmas, maybe. The email address is...
At What Was I Made...
No. The email address is... Oh my God! The email address is...
What Was I Made For Pod at gmail.com.
Thank you, Rachel. We will be back again next week for the last episode of the season to wish you a very Merry Christmas and to also once again try to answer the question, what was I made
for?